Welcome back to the Happiness Economy podcast with Nicholas Goliath and me, Jason Goliath. And Nicholas Goliath, say your own name as well.
Yes, Nicholas Goliath here on the Happiness Economy podcast.
How you feeling, Nick?
My guy, I am good, bruh. Feeling positive, feeling like things are working, and happy.
So I feel like avid viewers will understand because they'll have picked it up that we do a couple of episodes in a day. So, we kind of try and stack them, and then we've got some to release for you. And I want to just say this. So this is the same day as Rory's episode. And Rory was our first episode, and I was feeling terrible. I'm still not feeling great. But if you listen to this, just know that this thing makes me feel better. And even if that's the only thing that comes from this, I feel better after that first episode. And I'm so excited now because I'm in the absolute perfect energy to go into the next episode. And I feel like, let's go. How are you feeling?
Like I say, hey, bruh, carrying on. The first one was good. I really did enjoy chatting to Rory. It was wonderful. And because I was also feeling a little bit like under the weather, not under the weather, but just not in the mood. Which is terrible to say now.
That is not strict facts, though.
But now feeling much better. I'm also very excited for our guest once again. One of our favorites.
This is a big one for us because we're about to interview somebody that I think Nicholas and I love very, very much. Also, I think I can speak on behalf of Nick and I and say somebody that it was love at first sight. I don't know if you have anybody in your life like that, where from the second you met them, you knew that I was going to be great friends with this individual. And also somebody who Nick, we always speak about our purpose for doing this thing was to chat to people who we perceive to be happy and then interrogate that happiness and kind of figure out what it's all about. This person's whole life, if you follow them online, looks like one of those movies, but it's like that, I feel like if it was, I want to put a theme song that they probably won't agree with, but like California love, boom, boom, boom. Like their life is always just in that, California sunset, golden hour, like a golden hour, always just nice vibe, mositas, you know what I mean? Just I can't even describe it. So just like, yeah, always in a vibe. You ready?
Let's not waste any time. Let's bring him in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cape Town's funniest, one of the greatest one-liners to ever one-line, one of the smartest and kindest comedians that we know. Please welcome our great friend, Yaaseen Barnes. Boo, 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 boo.
Before I even say anything, I'll just say I'm tearing up now already. You guys spoke about me, and then I don't know. I think I'm also just in a very grateful and emotional space. Saturday, I cried so much when I saw you guys. I cried when all my friends won awards. You guys said nice things about me. Tears. That's where if you want to ask where I am in my world, it's tears.
So Saturday he's talking about was obviously Comics Choice Awards. Yaaseen was part of the whole thing. He was on the yellow carpet interviewing people on behalf of the awards. I think you were the official Comics Choice Awards interview person. And it just looked right.
Yeah, the thing is, the awards. Think of seeing everybody that you like and that you kind of like, that you've spent a moment at a gig with, and you go, okay, this person's kind of funny. Then everybody's dressed nice, everybody's there in a good vibe. No one comes there trying to collect money, no one comes there just looking for shit. We're there for good vibes, and the awards is of my favorite nights of the year because it's about us, and we love seeing each other win. As much as it hurts when you don't win, it's still going. There's the industry is standing like this.
Yeah, because we also just love seeing each other, whether it be
Yes.
winning or not. We just love seeing each other, and I think that the awards, like I always say to my friends, the awards is our year in function. It's
Yeah.
our celebration of the industry, and it's always just good vibes, man.
Ryan Hardwick coined a phrase years ago calling it comedy radery. And as somebody who hangs out with comedians and is not necessarily a comedian, you would always say that the comedians have this unbelievable relationship and love for each other, and also this unspoken respect where even comedians who've never met, if another comedian has told you that this person is funny, you already love and respect that person before you've even watched them perform. So you at an international festival, for example, where it's invite only and you've got a tag that says artist. When any other comedian sees you and they go artist, that means you've been invited here. That means somebody in comedy has said that you're funny. They just kind of, there's this way that we treat each other that can't, I think, be articulated if you're not a comedian.
And then just on Ryan's note quickly, yesterday Ryan pumped me. He's like, "Oh, let's go for supper. Oh, let's go have fun." Then an hour before the time, he's like, "Oh, something came up. I'm gonna go hang with Trevor." Then I was like, "Ah, okay, but still,
Yeah.
it's a
Also,
hierarchy, but still."
No, you understood also immediately that, yeah, I would have also dropped you, Ryan, to going out with Trevor. It is like, it is what it is.
how is it being back in Cape Town, brother?
So I'm busy with the Jai Funny Championship.
Oh,
So
yes.
because do you guys still put your phone on airplane mode? I don't. Like I just leave it on
I
because
care about the lives of those around me and the other
You see
passengers.
how many planes have crashed because of people like you now recently?
we're doing trades. But just before you, maybe like 10 minutes before you land, you get a reception. And then, so I just started working then already. So as I was landing, I was just busy with that. And the championship is of my favorite things. It's like the awards and the championship is of my favorite things to work on because you get to see new comedians. And you guys know seeing potential is a joy on its own. Seeing what someone can do, because all of us live in our own lane, and I go like, I don't want what you have because that's yours. That was written for you.
And there's
Good.
enough.
Yes, there's more than enough. So I go when I make mine, it's fine. And now when I see the potential of like the stars, then I go, you guys don't even know what lies ahead. Because today is actually the 11th year anniversary of me winning the competition that time, and now I run it. So it's such a
It's been that
it's
long.
yeah, it's been that long, and it's such a full circle to go winning it. And what like I know what winning the competition did for me and my
Yes.
mind and my life and my career. Now I go, you guys, like I shouted them because I'm just like the possibilities of your
What did
life.
it mean?
Don't understand.
So Yasin, you're looking so adorable. And I just saw that it feels like you're on mute. I don't know if you're laughing in mute because sometimes you laugh in mute for
No, I'm
some
here.
reason.
I
Oh, you're
love quiet.
just laughing in mute?
And I don't think anyone will notice the camera angle change.
No, no, definitely not.
Like technical
Um,
difficulties, we mean Yasin had to pay his internet quickly, and
no, that's not true. But anyway, we are winning now. The question was, what did it do for you? So winning the newcomer showcase. What do you call it? What is the name of the thing? The
at
Jive.
that time it was the Laugh Master. Now it's
Yeah.
the Jive Championship, and it's the thing of we grow up in worlds where we think this must happen, then this must happen, then this happens, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
There's primary school, high school, study, work, marriage, family, not in the same order always, and then that's just the thing.
But the
Then
miles
for
society sets
yes,
up.
yes. Then you start doing comedy, then you go, yo, here's an industry that is it's like the Wild West. It's just wild and it happens. Then you into the competition, and then it verifies every fear that you've had of going, am I funny? I'm a
mm.
new guy. Am I allowed to talk at the table? Why do they allow me to talk at the table? Then you win a competition and it sets you apart from the rest of the people, but that's not the point of it. It's just going, it most stabilizes you in the industry.
Mm.
And for me, that was a moment to tell my dad essentially going, he's gonna be fine. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's like it's not just the small gigs, like the industry enjoys this thing. Like there's a place in the world for this thing. And then and you know like you always go like sorry, it's been a thing for me now lately. I'm at the age that my parents were when I was a lighty.
mm.
So the fears that I used to like go, leave me alone. Do what? No, no, no. Like you chase your parents away, not going. Yo, they were actually looking out for the best for you. Because my dad was so there was a point where they're like, yeah, but you're not gonna have you're gonna have like you don't know where your pay is gonna be. You must get a real job.
Yeah.
Now, in fact, as someone who earns up and down, you go, I get it. I get that fear. So the competition for me was going and to my family to go, it's not going to be easy, but this is the start. It's the
And I'm gonna be
start.
okay. And I can.
Yes, and I'm going to be okay. And also, there are people who look after me in that space.
So there's for me there's almost three little angles and factors here that you've highlighted for me. Um, there's the winning a competition like that changes the public's perception of you and the industry's perception of you. We'll group them together as the public and the industry, because whether we like it or not, titles are important, trophies are important, whether we like to admit it or not. The second thing is it changes the perspective of those who love you outside of the industry. So your family, your friends, people who care for your well-being and want you to be okay. So I think a lot of us get frustrated. I've ended relationships when somebody said, "Are you going to get a real job?" Then I'm like, "Yo, you don't understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm out,"
Yeah.
because it's that important and that drastic. But I think the third one is it also changes the way we see it, which changes the energy and the confidence with which we appear. So being a winner makes you a little bit taller in your own mind somehow.
It makes the voices of doubt a little softer. They don't go away. They just get a little
Ever,
softer.
ever, ever.
They never.
Or they become a language that you start understanding less, because that thing of you, because every time I think it's every 2 years, maybe every year, as a comedian, we get to a point where we go, I do this thing, like give me a mic, put me in
Mm,
any room,
mm,
I'm gonna
mm.
do, like I go, I'm at least gonna do 70%. That's the least I'm gonna do. But when you
Yeah.
start and you're like, oh, we at 20, at least I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna give them a decent thing I can walk off. And now it just grows and grows. So those awards and competitions become that stabilizes you, almost like on a certain level, because you can kill, and that stability of killing lasts maybe a week.
Yeah.
Like an older comedian looking at you and going, "Yo, good set." You go, "Okay, that affirmation I can keep for."
Yes, yes, it's food for your soul. That thing is drugs.
Like you can easily get trapped into the situation, because I never forget, like, starting out the first time I was on stage, and John Blissmas, as I gave the mic back to him, said to me, "Come back." In the back of my mind, that was me winning the competition. That was the signature going, "You've made it. You are the best in the country, the best." And then there was something in me where complacency set in, because in my mind I already believed, if John Vlisma says I'm funny, then who else can tell
I'm
me?
the one. I'm him.
Do you think there's an element of that to the competition as well? Like, what should people be looking out for in terms of, if you are the winner, to not let it go to your head? Because we've also seen comedians who've come in very young or very strong and then do amazing. And because they do well, or they've got a bit of talent, they get more stage time, they get more recognition from the previous generation of comedians. So then it boosts them, the ego gets a bit big, and then once again you see the complacency set in, and you see them just plateau out and just be average as hell, and then turn around and blame the industry. So like, how do you teach somebody who's in the competition now to go, don't let this happen to you?
So that's why I refer to the competition as a starting block. I don't go this. It doesn't mean that you have the career. Also, the thing of all of us, all three of us, and actually every comedian you speak to is always still making it.
Yeah,
Like
always in.
none of us have made it. The day you say you made it is the
You're
day
done.
you done. Yeah, you're done being creative. You're done earning more money than you have now. So you must always go. No, I'm still making it.
Still learn.
The competition is just the start of you making it.
I find that people who start, get a bit of accolade too quickly, and let it go to their head, you have the same existence as the pity I feel for those people who peaked in high school. Those people who in high school, they were the mainest, most popularist, most everythingist. And then they left school and the big bad world chowed them, spat them out. And you bump into them now and you are shocked. You are shocked because I think that they thought that life was going to be easy for them. And just like any comedian, so I always say the best part about comedy when you're an experienced comedian, and even when you watch guys like Chappelle, you'll get a sense of that where you've never made it. Comedy is always the boss. You are never bigger than the game. And we are all 1 gig away from dying at any given point. You could all still die on stage. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, how good you are. And that's why even when Yasin goes, even now, I believe in myself. I really, really do. But I can guarantee you 70% of the time I'm going to make it. Because there's no comedian that can go, me 100% of the time I'm a destroyer. Because comedy will sort you out very quickly.
But I think that's the key that you said is that comedy is always the boss. If comedy is always your boss, you'll be fine. That thing will give you enough inspiration and it'll tear you down enough for you to keep going.
Yeah.
But comedy is also like it's like the magic lamp, and it will give you whatever you want. If you want money, it will give you money, but it will take away funny. If you
Yes.
want to be funny, you will be hilariously funny, but you'll never grow in terms of like seeing the world
Mm,
or playing bigger stages. You can be
mm,
killing it on like the club scene, but you got to get there. You must play a bit of the fame thing. Now, if you want fame, it will also take away the funny and take away the money. Famous people are not rich. We must also tell people that. But the
yeah.
thing of going, it's such a temperamental thing that we work with. But I feel like if you stick with comedy as your main, it will give you everything else in moderation if you want it.
Yeah, we spoke about inspiration there, and I just wanna. I've said it to you before. Like you are, I find you one of the most inspiring people in comedy and in the country, and simply because, dude, what I love about you is that you just seem to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, the way you want to do it, and it works out, and it blows my mind. Like I look at the way you celebrate your time with family and friends. I look at how you up at 5 o'clock in the morning in the ocean in Cape Town.
Freezing cold ocean.
All day it's cold there, ocean. You there when the sun is
You
not
guys are
even.
not saying the swear words. When you describe the ocean, you must add swear words to it, please.
Yeah,
It's not
fucking
just
cold.
fucking cold.
Yeah. Um. So I just want to say, like, is that something that you've always had? Is it something that you work on? Just because you seem to be grateful for everything in life all the time, and you show it off with not an arrogance but a pride that it just makes. I can't believe there are people who look at your feet and go, I don't want to be like this guy. Like when I look, I go, yo, I want to be like Yasi. I don't want to be you. I don't want to have you think, but I want that. I've never seen you angry, bro. I've never seen you miserable or down. You just have this positive vibe and energy about you all the time, and it's infectious.
Autism.
Yeah.
Um, no,
Called
but
what?
that autism. Sometimes you just you can't feel all the feelings. No, but you know what it is. So, firstly, thank you for that. Please play this whole video at my funeral.
Got you.
But
I love that you assume you're going first. And we're not gonna
Yeah.
make it on same day. Flights are booked, bruh.
I'll see you at the doors of hot or cold. So the thing of like growing up, I was always like a bit of in every space, in everything. I was never someone who like committed to, oh, I'm gonna play football now forever. Like this is my thing. I was always just like a floater on the outsides of groups.
Mm.
So I was always just like, oh, here's the odd people. I was a little bit with them. For the football light is a little bit with them. And now and then growing up, you taught to have less of that and choose only one or two things you like.
Mm.
Now I'm in a space where I go, yo, I can actually like
All of
deal
it.
with everything, all of it. And you can have all of it, but you must know firstly what you want. I think that's the main thing, and what you actually want to spend time with. And then you can also just try things and put yourself in spaces that's out of your world and just go there again as someone on the outskirts and go, yeah, this is a dope thing.
Dude,
And
that's
then
the thing
go,
to explain that. Just go and try stuff. Because I know too many people who go, "Oh, I don't do rock climbing." And you've never been rock climbing in your life. You don't know if you like it, if you're not gonna like it.
I I do not do rock climbing. I can tell you for free, at 135 kilograms this morning, I am the rock. My wife
I was
does
gonna
rock.
say now, she's the climber. No,
I
but
I want to jump in. I want to jump in before you continue because you said some important stuff there. Um, I would have argued with you about you can't do everything, but you prefaced it so beautifully about that story about the lamp, where you're going to realize that you can have everything, but sometimes if you want money as a comedian, you're going to sacrifice funny as a comedian, and that just means you're not going to have enough time to practice your comedy. If you want fame as a comedian, you're going to sacrifice funny. If you want to be the funniest, you're going to sacrifice having money. And because I know you very, very well, I can attest to the fact that you are having everything, but you've accepted so beautifully the consequences of having everything. So somebody once said to me, "You've got to see it like if you're trying to build many structures at the same time, you only have so much time. Those structures are going to go up in increments equal to the time that you have for each of them. If you spend all your time building one structure, that structure will grow up at an amazing rate, but then you've got no other structure growing with it." And I think a lot of people get frustrated because they want everything, end up having so they want everything, but they focus on money, for example, and then get frustrated that they don't have the fame or the fortune or the funny that comes with that. You know what I mean? So there's this thing of you must also be able to accept that yes, you can live a life where you enjoy everything, but then you must set there will definitely be sacrifice, and if you're not careful, you end up obsessing only on the sacrifice. And I think a lot of people have a sad existence because instead of celebrating what they do have or realistically understanding that things will grow appropriate to how much time you're able to focus on them. And you're one of those people that I know you are happy with where you live, happy with how much you earn, happy with the lifestyle that you have. And you're not comparing yourself to anybody else because you understand why you are where you are. And there's a deep gratitude that you celebrate that comes with that.
when we say everything, it's everything that I know that I want. I think that's another part we must say. Because a lot of people
Not
go,
everybody's everything.
yes. And then
Yeah.
also, like, firstly, you can see by the, I'm not bowling. Like, I'm not rich beyond my wildest dreams. And to be honest, I don't even think I want that. I just want enough. I go enough for me to go, go to the beach when I want to, work when
Hmm.
I want to, get to be comfortable in my work. And then also just, you saying of being able to do everything. Milo, our chocolate comedian, he taught me that thing of like, as humans, we are animals, and animals go through the seasons, and we must also learn that there's seasons of a summer that you will be in. You'll be then go into a autumn, you'll go into your winter, and then you'll go into your spring. And if you don't ride your energy and your efforts like that, you will burn out because you think every day is spring and summer. Yeah, you have to have your hibernation.
You'll
So when
also
it
be
comes to,
frustrated. You'll also be frustrated because you're expecting your flowers to blossom in the winter. So you must know your seasons also.
it's exactly that. So I figured out now in my last few years of what part of the year is my writing, what time is the year for my producing, what time is the year for like doing comedy, and I go. Those are all just spaces that happen off it after each other. I don't. I'm writing throughout the whole year, but I'm not like on stage writing a new show whole year. I'm doing other things, and I'm trying to like leave space to go. Because sometimes we're frustrated. I go, yo, I haven't written a new gag in a month. And you go, why not? You see, your mind is somewhere else. You can only give your mind so like that space. So I try to like compartmentalize my mind and my time for the different things. And then it's like I'm horrible with calendars and time, but genuinely going, okay, today this is my focus. Today this is my focus, and then almost like refining my mind to only like to write jokes today. Tomorrow we're doing admin, and we doing all the fucking admin. I hate admin so much. And then going, but it's the day we're gonna push for that. So those, like, now I'm busy with the competition. I go, it's not my performance time. Now is my time to focus on the competition and make like the best competition for the industry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, can I commend you on that? And last year, after the newcomers showcase, I sent you a message to say to congratulate you on the work that you put in, because I don't think a lot of people also understand the amount of work that Yaaseen Barnes puts into Cape Town comedy. And last year, Cape Town comedy came and cleaned up. This year, Cape Town
Again,
comedy came and cleaned up. The fact that the best venue, best show is from Cape Town, and
And
it makes me so
and
happy
it's a free venue. So it's a free venue also. I must just say that the best show in the whole country right now is a free venue.
because I
Anyway,
played
carry
that
on.
room and it is unbelievable, unbelievable.
is
And
this the movable feast?
Mm.
yes, beautiful room, perfect setup for comedy, and the people that are there, for a free room, which I think is something that we struggle with in Joburg, is to find people that actually want to be there for the comedy, as opposed to
Not the
people that
burger.
are in the venue and now having comedy forced upon them. It feels like people that are there at Movable are there for comedy, which is great. But I just want to say, bro, it's I tip my hat to you time and time again because nobody understands, and I said it to the brothers from Movable as well, that nobody understands the effort that goes into creating the circuit, to doing the gigs, to making the things happen, to ensure that the next generation of comedians have somewhere to play and have an understanding of how the thing works, how to develop, and just someone to guide them along the course. Um, and like I said, I just wanna applaud you on your work. I know that you don't do it alone. So shout out to all of those who support you, but I feel like you are the guy in Cape Town.
So
I think Nick, I want to second that, but also just like we give you that compliment from a very educated perspective because we've been producing shows, we've been proprietors. I mean, all pre-COVID, but we fully understand the sacrifice. But I don't think enough people understand that we have to do that for two reasons. The first reason is, as comedians, we have to acknowledge that people need a platform, need a stage in order for comedians to get better. You need to be on stage in front of proper audiences to be able to get good. So just like a runner needs to be running and a bodybuilder needs to be in the gym, comedians need to be on stage. The second one is you realize as a comedian very quickly that you need other comedians. So it's not the type of sport where you can be good on your own. You want there to be an ecosystem of people that are great at the thing that you love. And therefore, it does make the operation a lot easier, but it is a thankless job 90% of the time. Comedians themselves don't make money, and that means proprietors make even less money. Is the truth, which is hard for anybody to understand and admit. And I really a massive shout out to everybody that was nominated in that category, and anybody who runs a proper gig for the love of the game. Shout out.
like, so this is the thing that so I was the baby, or in my wave of people, not a lot of them like stood to do comedy. Then I became the baby of the previous wave, which is like KG and Dale and them. And then they weren't like running gigs really. And by all means, sometimes headliners shouldn't be running gigs. That's another thing. Like, you guys
No,
have a life that you must be that at. Then I I felt like I almost had to like hold it for the next wave. So I had to run gigs so that the next wave could come of open micers who were responsible, who were like there and took it professional. So when the system that we have now is all comedians and people who honestly want comedy to work. Like I feel like when we started, like we had the vision of going, I have to work at this thing as much as the audience must come to it, as much as the comedians, the producers must work. And also if we make more, no one loses. We have two gigs that happen at the same time around the corner from each other. And you go, both rooms are full every week.
what a
Like
damn pleasure.
in Islam, it's called rizik. It's that what is given to you will be for you. You can't have less. So you can't look at someone else and go, yo, I should have that. You go, no, you have what you should have right now. So when you have like, especially with the gigs, we have many nights where there's gigs happening same time, same in the same. What you can, the two gigs can see each other,
Yeah.
but there's enough people, there's enough comedians. We will, again, if you just be happy with what you have, you'll have more. You'll have even more than what you have.
Amen and amen. Amen and amen. I
Um,
Yeah, I wanna chat about and I thought about having you on this. There's so much, and we could go on forever. But I want to talk about marriage and you getting married, and I say that because you got married very quickly under, I think, circumstances that everybody would have preferred that was different. But you made the big decision. You stepped up. You got married. Talk to me about that time and how you were able to manage, because there was a day that I saw you and you were, yes, in a relationship, yes, happy, but not even thinking about married, and the next time I saw you, you were a married man and you leaned into that. uh how did you stay happy and grateful, and what did that do to you mentally, that whole period?
so it's, while you bring it up, my wife and I were speaking last week and going, this year we know each other 30 years. We are 30,
That's crazy.
and we're 37 years old. So we met on the first day of school. We sat next to each other. That's that. So she's always been in my
Yeah.
life. In
Mm.
the, like, we went to different high schools, and but it was always been her. So she was like a constant at many distances, if it makes sense.
I
We
like that.
date, we dated in, I think, our early 20s, and then we broke up, and then later on we were like, when you're seeing each other, but there's no title of a thing. We were, yeah, we were like that for a while, and then, but again, it was always gonna be her. We just, and also as men, we say, yeah, yeah. You almost like, yeah, it's gonna happen. We'll do a thing eventually. And then my mom was also just like, yo, Yasin, like, you must think about it now. It's like legit. And I
Mm.
go, yo, I'm a comedian. I don't have money. I'm not earning. But like, I can't, like, I can't promise anything to anyone because I don't have a job. Then again, Allah provides. God provides.
Hmm.
Like, if you commit to your plan, things will come through. And again, whether you believe or not in a God, it it's a thing of, if you make the plan, things will happen because you're walking in the plan. Then
You have to
my
have
wife,
experience that you know where you're going. That's
yes, everything
because
will
people
come.
expect things to just happen. Like no plan, it's just gonna happen.
This is not the lotto. Even the people that win the lotto made a plan to try and play the lotto.
Yeah, but then
So
They
it's not
bought
a
a ticket.
surprise.
Yeah, they bought a
yeah, 2
ticket.
3 years later, now they're worse off than before they won the lotto. So,
So then, my wife's father was sick.
Mm.
So then we were like, okay, let's get married next year. Because we are even a year with, for us, you go, oh, let's just, so that a year
Was
is going
big.
to be fine.
Yeah.
Then next week, he got more sick. And then we were like, okay, 6 months. Let's just do this thing. I was the last at home. My mom was like, yo, you can just live here. And then at some point, again, we were just like, why are we waiting? A wedding, we don't need a wedding. A wedding is just a day. Like, it's not, we're still gonna have the ceremony, whatever. Within 2 weeks, we were like, yo, let's get married. Um, and then, yeah, we just planned like when I say a small thing, we had 60 people in Muslim terms. 60,
It's
like, we have
nobody.
more people. Yeah, we have more people on Eid at my mom's house on Eid than 60 people. Like, my mom's biryani pot feeds more people than 60 people. And then, so a Friday afternoon at Asr, which is like around 4 o'clock, the prayer, we got married. Father was in hospital at the time, so we, luckily for that day, they let him out and come to the mosque, and we had the prayer, and then we made, I'll say, the ceremony, which is just, in Islam, it's just the man going, I take responsibility for your daughter now, because the man was to care for everything.
Mm, mm.
Then we went away the Friday and Saturday night. The Sunday we got back, and he got very sick in hospital again. And then Monday at Asr Pray, we were burying him. And then So yeah, so that I had a father-in-law for such a short time, but not I won't say we don't say father-in-law. I just say father and
Mm.
mother. Um, and then I think that was like a thing for me also to go like, yo, if you commit, you must be there. You must you must be a part of it, and you must step up, and you must take on all the roles that's needed of you. You can't just back out of stuff. You can't just like so like even with now when I go, you do this competition, you commit to it, you have to go with it. With comedy also I go, there is no plan B. Like this has to work out. Like I have to do my best to make that thing work out because I go, there's so many people that I want to make proud of this thing. Um and it's just on a similar to the different is that our parents never got the opportunity to even dream. Like we the jobs we have now is dreams. It's things they couldn't even imagine. Now I go, yo, it's my responsibility to see my dream through for the sake of my parents, for the sake of all our parents who were taken away because they were like, yo, you're at the party, you can't have a dream, you must just have a job. Now I go, I have to be there full and I have to give it my all for this thing also.
Dude, our parents, that's beautiful. Um, and our parents grew up with that thing of as kakpraat geld was, and so jy ryk gewees het.
Yep.
And I often speak about the
All
fact
of
that
us.
our dads, our uncles, our are the most hilarious people in the world. Had they had the opportunities that we are presented with, that we were presented with, they would have killed the comedy industry. It would have been, they would have owned that thing just out of, because they also have that work ethic and an unbelievable sense of humor.
That comedians are the least funny people in their families.
Yeah. Generally, big facts. Least is harsh, but big facts, big facts,
Okay.
big facts. I so from my perspective, your life has gotten better since you got married. You were forced to
Oh,
grow up in a very short space of time, and it's really, in the beginning I was like that California love, like that's, I can't repeat, like I think I said it to you a few months ago, where I was like, whenever I watch it, it's like your life feels like it's got this theme song, like, you know what I mean, like it's all just like a music video, and you were like, hey bro, I must be honest, it kind of feels that way. And I feel like it's because you leaned in to where life kind of, because I also think that we fight life sometimes, and sometimes life will take you to where it is. Sometimes it's tragic, like losing a loved one forces you to bring the dates up and grow up and make the decision and jump in. But then, as you said, it's how you show up once you've now made this commitment and made this change, and then you kind of allow life to be wonderful. And that's what I get from you, is that you allow life to be wonderful. You know what I mean? So you have the choice of complaining about the moor cold water, but you instead post the water splashing against the sunrise. You know what I mean? So the water may be cold, but the pictures are warm. And that's a choice you make. Have you always been that guy that makes that choice? And am I right in terms of your life getting better from the force to move the dates up and make somebody happy and proud?
yes, it's fully that thing of going like we must enjoy life. Again, with these narratives of going like, yo, it's sad. When like I saw this one question recently of when you ask people, when you talk to people, you mustn't ask them, where do you work? You can you because you're gonna get a question that they're gonna get tired of, or like
Mm,
the energy will, huh. If you ask them like you can talk about traffic, you go, huh. But you can also ask them the question of what's the last thing that made you excited that you worked on? You're
yeah.
gonna get a positive answer. You're gonna get a light on someone's face. So that thing for me of when I do stuff, I go, what's gonna bring me joy? Like let me go chase that thing. And then also when I find something I like, I go, I also love to share. Like it is genuinely my favorite thing to do is to share. Like the again, I don't have like I'm not a shiny person of wearing clothes and stuff like that. But if I can give someone like a sticky to go, yo, you're gonna have a good time. I'll fucking give my money. Like if I have food, I'll give. That's why I like the competition because I get to share it with my audience, the new people. I get to share the media. If I when I post online, and it's a prayer that I make every night of going, I hope people don't have like jealous eyes for me, or like envy, rather in
mm, mm,
jealousy is a thing that you can still chase, but envy is the bitterness that comes
mm,
with it.
mm.
Then I go, they mustn't see my stuff and go, yo, he don't deserve that. They must see it and go, yo, I want to be a part of that. Then I go, you can have your version of it. And it's the simple thing of going like, I went to the shop and I saw a tree. The tree was pretty. Like a child. A child, at school, you see them, they didn't even bring it to your class. The OV projector walks past the class. Then you happy. Because you're
Yeah.
like, someone else is going to enjoy that thing.
Yeah, we had a TV being rolled with a VCR on the bottom. Yes,
Then you go, yo, my day is happy because I found that. It's like it's one of the things I like. One of the gags I'm working on is like I want to make party packets for adults, not adult party packets. Those are two separate things. But party packets for adults, no. Like I go, I'm just gonna put one allergics in it because we always need the allergics.
I
Also,
need one right now.
how better is your day, na? If on a Monday, if you went to a party on a Sunday, now you on a Monday morning, you're like, yo, a memory. Then also a chomp, because everybody's happy when you have a chomp. A chomp is a junk chocolate, but you go,
Exactly.
I love the chomp. It's
Do you
better
know
than
that
a
if you read the ingredients, it's not even chocolate? There's no milk in a chomp. It's not
then
even
also
chocolate, but it's delicious.
also a chomp. There's an expiry date on it, but that's just a joke because a chomp is forever. That thing
Forever.
goes. And then also a thing is a 10 rand note. Because when you find a 10 rand note, you genuinely go,
Happy.
yeah,
like there's just joy that comes with it. Then you go, I can't buy anything with a 10 rand note, but okay, I found it. You put it back in the pocket, you find it 3 months' time, you go, yo, I'm happy again. Like if there are small things that can give you joy, fucking go for it. Like I don't understand. Like I break my. I think it's just my mind is programmed in a way where go find joy. Like
yeah,
go if something brings you joy, fucking go for it. Lean in. Why not live a life that leans towards joy? To go, what can I do that's I'm gonna like I go if I drive around the corner and I see there's a light at the house that I like, it just
Mm,
flashes sometimes.
mm.
I'm gonna take that route. It's gonna take me a minute or extra to get to home. But I go when I see that light, I get happy. So then why not just do that? Like if you like a pants, go wear that pants. It's fine. Live a life. Be fabulous.
Why do you think people don't allow themselves to drive past the light? Why do you think? Because you and I have spoken often about our frustration around people restricting themselves from joy and then projecting that lack of joy onto those around them. Like it is that simple because nobody's responsible for it. It's up to you to make your life great. It's up to you to find things that make you happy and then do those things. So many people feel like they're not allowed to drive past the light. They've got to rather save the minute and be miserable.
We also I think we hold walls for each other. Firstly, there's the confusion of happiness is cockiness. Because
Mm,
when you see if you are someone how you and they go, oh no, I'm very happy with my life, then you go, this person is an asshole. But you go, why do we allow people not to be happy? And then because we don't allow others to be happy, we um we don't allow ourselves to be happy. So that thing of as an open mic, then I think when you enter support, which is like the next thing, there's a bitterness that happens to a lot of us because we're seeing others move in their own fields, we're seeing other
mm,
people get opportunities, and there's a depression that happens to a lot of the comedians at that point because you're like, I was on the same stage like him and I murdered harder. Why is he getting a TV ad? Like you go, we all did this thing, and we start backbiting each other because
mm.
we think what others have is we should have been ours. So I think there's a point as people we almost like start holding what other people have should have been ours, even if it's happiness, even if it's a nice thing. We go, I just don't want you to be that happy. And I think it's a society problem that we have with each other. So now when I'm at shows, I try to break that down to let people just laugh, like just let go. Like everybody around you also wants to laugh. Be a part of the team that laughs. Like let it's yeah. Sorry, it's a thing that irritates me now because I'm like when you go to the gym, you don't tell the trainer make me thin.
Mm.
You must do the work. And as a comedian, I am not here to make you laugh. I'm just here to facilitate the laugh. So then laugh, like if I present you with a joke, don't go, I'm better than the joke. You're not better than a joke. Lower your, like, why would you not want to be an easy laugh? You know, these people that come to shows and they go, I'm not an easy laugh.
Yeah.
If I,
Yeah,
I
100%.
and I'll make a dumb joke. That's why I start my show with like dumb, silly jokes. And then I go, okay, you see, you can laugh, now let's go. And then from there, get them open to like other and more like ridiculousness. Because we forget to be children.
Because we're not be too serious about the whole of life. And like you said, it's a
Yeah.
choice. We get to choose to be happy. We get to choose to be somebody who laughs at the dumb jokes. You get to choose the type of way you want to engage with people. And it blows my mind as well that there are people who choose to argue, choose to fight, choose to be
Yes.
miserable. But I also feel like those people don't even realize that they're making a choice. They just feel like that's how life is, unfortunately.
So with all of that, I go, life is tough. Life is, people are struggling. It's not easy. But also you can find joy in things, small things that of joy. You must also lean towards those things. And also, like, is it the secret? Yeah, when the thing that's called the secret, if you put your mind
Law
to
of
it,
attraction.
if you start counting red cars, you're gonna see gang red cars, more than red cars you've ever seen in your whole life, because you're only looking at red cars. So I feel that way about joy. It's like if I look for joy, I'm gonna see joy everywhere, and I'm gonna want other people to see joy. And if I that's how I feel about jokes, because now I live like that. My mind is being programmed like that to go, where's the joke? There we go.
We get that, we say that, and at the same time, I think we understand how difficult it is because you put us in a room of 1,000 people, 999 of them are having the time of their lives. There's one guy in the middle of the front row that's not laughing. All my attention is on that guy. And I think that that feeling is the perfect description of we are, instead of ignoring that guy and leaning into the 999, there is that thing in the back of your mind that draws you like a moth to a flame, to the misery, to the strife, to the sadness. And I think that, one of the biggest lessons we've had from this podcast is that we all say that it's easier to be angry than happy. It's easy to be miserable and sad than joyous, and light. It's easier to be defeatist. You know what I mean? And it's a constant choice and hard work every single day to do what you're saying is, why not just choose the joy? Why not just choose the happy? Why not, ignore the one guy that's not laughing and have fun with everybody that's actually here to have a good time? It's a thing that's easier said than done, but I think Yaaseen Barnes is living proof that it is possible. And if you don't believe me, go and follow this guy. Go and follow this guy because you will yearn for the joy that Yaaseen seems to have in his life. It helps that his teeth are straight so that when he smiles, you also want to, you know what I mean, lean in there. But you'll yearn for that joy.
But yeah, I just want people just to find, like, if you just find one thing that brings you joy every day, then next week you're gonna find two things that bring you joy every day.
Yeah.
It's
Have
simple.
you seen that? I read a thing that said if you don't find farts funny, you're choosing to live a life with less laughter and the same amount of farts.
I like that.
So why not?
I like that. Farts are
Yeah.
hilarious, and I get flipped all the time for not liking farts. It's so funny.
But again, you can laugh. That's the other thing I just want to tell people also. You can laugh and you should laugh. That thing of, if you go on Facebook and you see the meme, laugh at the meme. Send it to people you like. Even if they go, huh, that's a bit of joy.
It's
You get me.
so like, I mean, we put so much emphasis that thing is bigger than you think, Nick. I think you understand it, but I think it's bigger than most people think. That thing of, you laugh at farts because there's going to be the same amount of farts. There's always going to be shit. There's always going to be something to cry about. Life is always going to be cuck. Just make it not for yourself and make it nice for yourself, because no one else is coming to make it nice for you. So just choose nice, and choosing nice means know what nice is for you, Stop looking at what other people think is nice and wish those people that they find their nice while you are on a journey for your nice, because it's so nice.
Can I add one more thing?
Please.
Is that there is so much joy in sharing, and I think people forget how much joy there is in giving to others. Whether it's giving sending a meme to your friend on Instagram, whether it's like just seeing a cashier and like making a small gag, just small interactions, or just stopping so someone can go past. Small bits of sharing makes everybody's day better. Like
Big
just
facts.
you'll be happier if you share.
Big facts.
But it
Big facts.
requires a level of awareness of also what's happening around. Because a lot of those people who don't share, who don't stop to let the person cross the road, they're so caught up in their own world, in their own stress, they don't even see that there's somebody waiting to cross the road. So open your mind, open your heart, and open your eyes, and just be open to happiness. I think is the
And your wallets is the other thing also, like with, with Islam and you guys, I just it's a thing that I've learned from that, the thing of, yo, if you give na, like for a good cause or just to someone that's in a bit of need, yo, next month you're getting more. I promise you, you get your money
Yeah,
back.
it's
So
the fact.
in a snowball 10 times tenfold that you're getting your money back now. So by all means give.
give with the expectation of
No,
getting that.
no, no,
That's
no. It doesn't work. It doesn't. No, because if you give it the expectation of getting, you close your wallet again. So then you said
Yeah,
it so nicely, live with your wallet open. Because if your wallet is open, it's easy to give, but it's also very easy to
yeah.
receive. Then if you're that person that gives and closes again, can wait to receive this, you can't put it in a closed wallet. So let your wallet be open. Give without expectation. That's the
And
thing that
you
there's
don't need to give a lot. You don't. That's the other thing. People think, oh, no,
no.
I don't have enough to
Listen
give.
to the voice inside. I always say to people, I don't give to everybody. But when the voice inside goes give, I give as much as I can. And I don't feel guilty. There's some people like I did a joke once on like if you live in Joburg, you'll understand this. You can't give to everybody because there's somebody at every single robot. And then you start feeling bad. And then I made a joke once about I give what if the biggest note I have to a guy that stands on the highway at 14th Avenue and the N1 highway, not 14th, Bayers and the N1 highway. And I was like, I give the biggest note I have to that bra. And it makes me feel good because when I stop at the next robot and a guy says, hey, do you have something? I say, hey, I don't. I do business with your branch at corner of Bayers and the N1. That's my branch. That's the branch that I operate with. Hi there, my friend. And it's I don't feel bad when I can't give because when I can give, I do give, and I'm very conscious of the blessings that come from that. Very conscious.
Also,
But
I know we probably must wrap up soon, but the thing
mm,
of we also we sometimes we hide our charity, which is so the charity there's that two kinds of charity. The one you must give that no one
mm,
must see, and
mm,
this charity you give that people must see, because you can inspire people also when you give. So that's why
give,
when I
yeah,
say like you must give, you go. It's also your intention is to motivate people. If someone sees it and goes, "No, he's a breakgat," then you
mm,
go, "That's on them." But you know what your intention was to give.
hundred
And,
percent.
and in Islam, intention is a big thing of like, what did you put out to do? Because if you die doing that thing, you will get blessed with the full force of as if you did, because your intention was for it.
And if the other is true, then you will be not blessed with this. If you were doing it with the wrong intentions, just because you want people to see, and
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, we wrap it up with the Goliath Happiness Index. Yes, we didn't even get into gratitude acceptance perspective, but in terms of gratitude, where are you in your life? 1 to 5, one being couldn't be worse, five being couldn't be better.
Yo, I'm on 7 every day, guys. I am so grateful. Like again, I feel like I'm living a life that I didn't even dream of. Like it's so out of my world. So I'm so grateful for the car I have. Is the best car for me. It's not a fancy car, but it's my favorite car because it's everything that I need it to be. I go the couch I'm sitting on is the best couch for me because I'm just grateful that I have things in my life. I have a job that I complain about, but I'm stressed about, but I can never complain about. I go, I see my family when I need to see them. I can speak to them when I need to. I have friends in different spaces that I can find motivation from all of them, and I'm grateful for. I feel like I'm very grateful for everything. I cry every night out of gratefulness.
In terms of acceptance, accepting who, what, why, and where you are, why you are.
That's the one that escalates, because there's days where it's easy for me to accept what I have. There's days where I feel like I'm still the imposter to what I have and struggle to accept. Then, because also you see other people that work harder than you maybe in their side, and you're like, yo. So that's another thing that's also a dance of going like, I live this nice life. There are people who are struggling. What? So that's why it also makes me go, let me make a competition that's a platform for someone else. Then I go, let me do that part as my work also. Then accepting who I am, every day I get better at it. And I think me becoming better at it makes me a better friend, a better husband, brother, and comedian. I feel like the best comedians are people who are very much themselves, or comfortable with themselves and their thoughts. So acceptance is a thing I work on every day. Gratitude is also a thing I work on every day. There's also an app, the gratitude app, sorry, where you, every night at 9 o'clock it sends you a notification and you must say 5 things that you are grateful for.
What is the name of that?
I think I must check it. I think where's it now?
People can Google.
Yeah, they can Google it. But it's a great app. And even if you go, I can breathe today. You go,
Very
yo,
good. No, we've been preaching that, but
I think of I had a glass of water that tasted liquor. Because you go that yo,
yeah,
put that
100%.
down.
There
Yo,
was no
my
E.
feet
coli in
work.
that.
You go gratitude.
The last one is perspective, just in terms of, I mean, Nick's example is the best. Life is 5% what happened, 95% how you react. How are you 1 to 5 in terms of controlling your perspective and being the silver lining instead of the cloud?
Um so perspective is a thing that I actually think that it's a thing I feel like I do well, but I also it's more a positive perspective. So you go, let's look at both sides. Because as comedians, we also have to look at both sides constantly. Even if you don't
Sometimes we look
agree
at all 8 sides, never mind both sides.
all of it.
Mm.
And then you have to go, okay, I'm gonna choose the side because the side is in the longer run. So when things are bad, then I go because yes, when things are bad, I see it as the start and how it can get better. Like if there's a problem, I go, okay, we're here now. I can't linger on this bad. I need to leave from this bad and make it better. That's I think the thing a comedian does. You walk in a room and you go, how can I make these things? How can I make these people happier? How can I change the feeling that they have now to a better thing?
Yeah.
So when it comes to perspective, I go, when I see problems, I go, now how can we make it better? I, I don't like lingering in a past that is dark. How can we we've all gone through our own histories that have been dark and we've seen things. And I go, but we're here now from something that was bad. So if something is bad now, how great can it be if we get better from here?
Love
Yeah.
it. Um, Before I say thank you to Yasin, if you enjoyed this podcast, please obviously like, follow, and subscribe. I've never said that before, but I'm saying it now. It just
Good.
felt real. But more importantly, we're doing a live version, which is the Happiness Economy Comedy Tour. We're just essentially taking all of the things that we're learning here and putting them into gag form. So it's hyper entertaining, but it's also real, vulnerable, and emotional. We are at Peter Turin Theatre at Monte Casino from the 17th of June up until the 6th of July. And we'd really love to see you. So please book a ticket, bring a friend. And if you feel like you need to fill a gap in your life and looking for some gratitude, acceptance, and perspective, come through. It's a show that means a lot to us. Tickets are at Web Tickets. Uh, mm,
Can I just add a pun to the show? Because I was at the show
mm,
last year.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
it is a church of comedy. It
Oh, I
is
like
a
that.
relief for the soul. It is a relief for the mind because people come there with problems and we see everybody leave their problems also behind. And not also leave that we're never going to deal with it. People deal with it in the room. You guys, that show changed the game because firstly it found like you guys felt your own space in the world
Mm,
and
mm,
how
mm.
because you guys share a lot of love and joy and you guys not only do comedy now with that show you guys get to do bring good vibes bring comedy and just like deal with everybody. It's a beautiful show, one of my favorite moments of the shows last year. And also it's again I love it because of the potential and what it's going to become because if this is it now, oh you just
So thank you for that, my brother. Tickets at Web Tickets, come through, bring a friend. Mr. Barnes, brah, I hope that your life continues to exist in golden hour, because it just feels like morning, noon, and night. You always in the perfect light, my friend. So wishing you only happiness and joy and nice things. Thank you for taking time, and thank you for all of the joy and love that you spread. And well done, Yasin Barnes. Well done.
I just want to add one more thing. My career is also because of you guys. I know we're going on long, and I'm adding tags to tags on the thing. I know you're wrapping up, but I go as as a boy, a small comedian from Cape Town. You guys took me, and the knowing that you guys liked me helped me in my career. It was a big thing for me, and I don't think I give you guys the proper love for it to go. I have people who don't need to know me, that don't need to like me, that show me love regardless of when I phone them. Jason, I phoned you the other day. Jason was, yes. He didn't even finish my question. Jason was there. I go, for those reasons, I have so much love for you. And because I know you're not only that with me, you guys have been that with all the comedians that work, all the comedians that show you support also. You guys give back
The
100%.
comedians, the comedians that are funny. we don't we don't do much for the ones that aren't funny. By my own admission, it is what it is.
Thank you so much, guys.
We love you,
Love.
Yasin Barnes. Thank you so very much for being a wonderful human being and for being my friend.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye, Felicia.